Hello everybody, and welcome to part 2 of this Manticore Shop Talk video. Um, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about basically the control unit, the head unit, the screen, the software, the menu, some of the other aspects of the machine. So let's get started. So this is from the Manticore teaser video. If we take a look at it, we could see that the buttons there on the side, they look like the ones that were in that last video we were talking about. And we could see the face panel. You got your traditional 4 arrow keys there, up, down, left, and right. You've got what looks like a power button, and actually there are circle buttons, one to the left and one to the right. Look like they control the menus. And then the one below is looks like pinpoint, the bottom arrow pinpointing, and I assume that you use the up down arrows to change the sensitivity of the machine. And then you got the horseshoe as an icon. I believe that icon is for the discrimination. The middle icon looks like a gear piece. That one is for going back to that horseshoe, that's for different discrimination modes, probably all metal and your discrimination mode. So different metal modes, I guess. And you got your gear, which is for your menu system, and then all the way over you've got what looks like maybe like a cancel or end button where you press it to get out of a menu, kind of like a back button. Then in the upper left, you've got the power button. The lower left looks like the backlight. The upper right looks like for wireless, and the bottom right looks like you could change your modes, different saved modes, user modes. And the thing with that is it says it comes with 10 user modes, plus you could create 10 pre-saved modes, 10 of them. So we'll have to see what those are all about. Obviously you're going to have for the preset modes, I don't know why I said pre-save, the preset modes are probably going to be like the park, field, or Park 1, Field 1, Park 2, Field 2, Gold Prospecting 1, Gold Prospecting 2. It's probably going to be all those things as your modes. So this screenshot was from a Minelab event, and the guy was waving his hand with his wedding ring on over the coil, causing it to read 38. The material of the ring, I'm assuming it looked like gold, so it was registering 38. So it could be like the gold ranges in that area. Also, you could see on there sensitivity was at 26. You could see that there's the shovel, which is the depth meter, shows his finger. You figure that's about maybe 4 or 5 inches there. So maybe it's 2.5 inches per little bracket underneath the shovel is depth. And then we're going to talk about this grid on the bottom, this bottom part, this grayish white area with the line going through the center, which is reminiscent of like the CTX 3030. You got the dot right there showing where the 38 is. Now, in a world where we need accurate information, I would be hoping that these two discriminators, one being the number, the other one being this bottom discrimination portion, would be working independently for the signal, not together. But probably they're working together, so it probably is assigned to this 38, and then that line, that section there below, and then that comes up as a 38, and it's not two independent running. In other words, that can possibly conflict to give you a better idea of the target in the ground. Here's another screenshot of the machine, and you can see it's 01, no negative numbers. It says, they said it goes from up to 100 numbers, where the Knox goes from -9 to 40. This goes, I guess, from 1 to 100. Now, again, if they're on their game, and if this is supposed to be the way it's supposed to be, that would mean finer discrimination. In other words, so you normally would have a, let's just say, for example, a 26 on the Knox, all right? And that comes in as a penny or a dime. But it's it could be one or the other. In other words, it's just too close for the detector to differentiate from that point. So sometimes a dime could be 26, sometimes a penny could be 26, sometimes a wheat penny could be 26, depending on how it's hit, which has happened to me quite a bit. I've had wheat pennies bring up like 26, 27, sometimes even 30, thinking that, oh, it's a deep silver, but turned out to be a wheat penny. So hopefully that their discrimination scale will be much more fine. So in other words, let's just say 79 is a penny and 83 would be a dime. It would be a much more separation. That's my only hope with this, that this is going to be more of a differential in scale rather than being close. In other words, if I'm waving a penny and a dime over this thing and they're both coming in at the same number or one number off, that's going to be a big disappointment, because with a 100 number scale, there's no need to have them so on top of each other. They could stretch out the scale a little bit with 100 numbers. So getting back to this screen, I just wanted to point out a couple other things. At the top there, you could see something that looks like either a weight or a bell. Something might be tones. Before that, you got the 4 arrows, which I don't know what that would be. Perhaps something along the lines of discrimination. Then you got the bell, which is probably tones. Then you got this flashlight thing, which could be a front light, but I didn't see that in the on the back exterior. So I'm not sure. That could be to do with the backlight. Then there's the wavy line that's usually frequency. Has something to do with frequency. Then you got your wireless signal there, icon there, and then headphones, and then your battery, which is green lit. And then below that, below the little house thing, which is, I think, field, you got the multi-IQ plus sign. I'm sure that's where it's going to show your frequency that you're using. Below that is your sensitivity. It's at 20. And then below that, it shows you, I guess, how to adjust the sensitivity. Looks like sensitivity is going to be left and right, not up and down. Looks like it's going to be left and right to adjust that sensitivity, which is pretty good. You can adjust it on the fly. And then, of course, you have your bottom discrimination patch, where I guess you could do custom discrimination on your machine. So this next screenshot here, I want to talk about this blob that I circled. With the CTX 3030, you had this kind of blobbing on the screen when it came to a target. Usually when there was multiple targets in the area, it would kind of fill up, or it would be the signal strength. So in other words, it would be close to the coil, and the colors used to be for the 3030 would be like a dark, or if it was right close to the coil, it would be reddish. But this blobbing here is, it's not a defect or anything. That's just the way it works, most likely. It's in an area which is not discriminated, so this clear area is not discriminated, and it's showing you basically the ranges, the hits. So in other words, I want you to think of an XY graph when it comes to this type of discrimination pattern. And then, so let's just say the target goes over and it hits a 34, then it hits a 35, then it hits a 37, then it hits a 40, then it hits a 32. It puts these points down and kind of keeps them there for a little bit to give you an overall idea of what you're aiming at, which is it's nice, but it's not a guarantee of anything. It doesn't guarantee, it just gives you, it's just saying, hey, the target's generally in this area, and in this case it was reading the bar. You can see the guy holding the bar that's coming down, and it was reading the bar multiple times as the guy was moving the coil, talking to everybody. And it just was kind of blobbing up there. But don't forget also too that there's a lot of cameras and cell phones, so it could have been reading just about anything. But I think it's that metal bar that guy's holding on to. So here's a shot of the internal menu. Once you go into the menu itself, it looks like there's the old check and X, which is your discrimination. This one with the side to side could be your recovery speed. The one below that looks like it could be a ground balance. Noise cancellation would be below that, and then a magnifying glass, which I don't know, it could be anything. And then it's on the speaker thing, which is your volume, the speaker volume. And it looks like it's not even about halfway, and it's at 11, so they may go to like 30 or something like that for the volume. The hourglass, though, is a complete mystery. I don't know what that would be to magnify. Maybe it has to do with changing the display numbers, making them bigger or smaller, or making the icons bigger or smaller. I don't know. It could be some sort of software thing in there. Pretty clever stuff these guys come up with, but we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. Also, I wanted you to look at that sticker that's right next to the left red arrow. It says Manticore, and I believe it said 003, model 003. So is that a production model, or is that a tester model 003? Not sure. But definitely it's not for public use. Alright, so this is the last bit I wanted to talk about. First, this little teaser screen at the end that says Multi-IQ Plus, High Power, Simultaneous Multi-Frequency, Deep Power, Lightning Speed, Deadly Accurate. Just a lot of marketing jargon there. But the engineer did speak a lot about more power being fed into the coil, 50% more. To provide deeper location of deeper targets. So I don't know, because more power isn't always a good thing. It's kind of like if you had I don't know, if you were shining a flashlight into a room, and the further it gets in the room, the brighter it gets, so you don't see that flashlight as far as it should go because it's blocked out by the light that's at the end of the room. It's kind of like that. It's too much power. It starts seeing the mineralization in the ground and falsing a lot. But perhaps they've eliminated that somehow. Also, I wanted to point out that on I believe an official release was given stating some of these, and I'll start from the bottom up. So, built to last, a 3-year warranty with software upgrade capability, allows detection far into the future. That should be pretty much standard anymore with all detectors. 3-year warranty, 5-year warranty in some cases. With software upgrade, this is not 1970. This is the 2000s. You should be able to update your software remotely. Any detector company not with that feature, is well behind the curve. clear audio, built-in external speaker, allows for crystal clear audio, and comes with low latency wireless headphones. Okay, yeah, I mean that's good stuff there. So coil choices comes with the 11-inch round double D coil. Choose from an 8 by 5.5 elliptical double D, which sounds fantastic, and a 15 by 12. I know I said 12 by 15 on the last one, but 15 by 12 elliptical double D coil. That's good. I missed this one. Lighting and vibration even detects when the sun goes down. Features such as a control box flashlight, so it does have a flashlight on it. Display backlight and auto adjust, backlit keypad, and hand grip vibration. Some nice features there. Got from another machine. I wonder who. But still, all in all, good features. Boosted EMI immunity. I was waiting to get to this one. In challenging environments, improved EMI rejection uses higher sensitivity to isolate targets. So, I don't know if everybody watching this video knows what EMI is. EMI stands for electromagnetic interference. It comes from power lines. It comes from any type of electronics that generates a field. Your cell phone, even cars with their electronics these days present EMI issues. You know, it used to be just like, you know, other detectors too, but now with you could switch to different channels. So improved EMI rejection uses higher sensitivity to isolate targets. So I know that, you know, if you do increase your sensitivity in a high EMI environment, your machine will start to go crazy. So they must have done some more shielding to block out that EMI. We'll have to see with that, if that's just hype or if that's actual, real, you know, technical, you know, technology. Intuitive control. The large LCD panel allows for easy viewing and clear navigation control. That's great. That's fantastic. I like LCD screens, but when they break, they send you a new one. So hopefully they'll be good quality LCDs. Unrivaled construction and waterproof. Powerful yet lightweight. Manticore weighs only 1.3 kilograms, 2.9 pounds, and includes a 3-piece compact carbon fiber shaft system, waterproof up to 16 feet. Okay, more good stuff there. Again, this is kind of going to the industry standard, so it's not really so much of a feature as it is saying that, hey, you know, we're doing what we're supposed to do. Ultimate search modes. This is what I talked about earlier. Over 10 preset search modes allow you to set up the stage for success with the ability to customize up to 10 unique modes tailored to your specific needs. Okay, yeah, that's, you know, we talked about Field 1, Field 2, Park 1, Park 2. Probably going to be something along those lines. But, you know, it's going to be exciting to see. Wireless audio. Clearly detect with audio controls set specifically for you in order to identify targets confidently, reduce noise, and identify trash. Okay, wireless audio. I mean, that's again another industry standard we're going toward. Enhanced discrimination. Exceptionally accurate target ID allows you to accept or reject finds quickly and confidently. A little bit of jargon there, but you know, most machines allow you to accept or reject fines. The days of no discrimination VLF detectors is long past. So that again is kind of an industry standard, but we'll see how accurate their target ID is. Powerful 2D ID map. Identify your targets with greater visual and audible target insights. So I hope they're not just saying that, hey, the 2D ID map is just there to, you know, be a piece of eye candy. Hopefully it's more useful than that, just that. But we'll see. I mean, the CTX 3030, it was great because you did get a lot of information, especially if you've seen targets zigzagging. You kind of knew it was iron falsing when it kind of zigzagged around. Maybe that'll be with this one too. Fast response. Identify your targets quickly and confidently to efficiently sort between trash and treasure with exceptional target separation performance. Okay, let's hope for that. You know, again, fast response now is getting toward the industry standard. So right now, pretty much everything I've read, except for the 2D map, is pretty much this industry standard on most machines. But I don't know. I mean, that could be a game changer, or it could be same old, same old. The Multi-IQ Minelab revolutionary technology has 50% more power than traditional models and is the highest powered simultaneous multi-frequency machine on the market. Wow. Talk about some jargon. Okay. Talk about hype. So we're talking about 50% more power than traditional models. I don't know if you guys know this, or maybe you don't, or maybe you do, but you know, most machines have a voltage regulator, so the energy is used efficiently and evenly. So this may have something different in it, where you know, you utilize like a high power boost mode, or it could be something where the voltage regulator is turned to a certain way, or it could even be something entirely new with some sort of new technology. I know during the video the guy did mention that it's using higher frequencies. He said, and maybe it starts at 7 and goes to, I don't know, 50 kilohertz, 7 kilohertz to 50 kilohertz, or maybe it's 4 to 70 kilohertz. Who knows? Why you would use such high frequencies? You'd find, the higher frequency you go, the better it is on smaller, low conductors. Like small pieces of gold and stuff like that. So I don't know what the point of going such a high frequency machine would be. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's pretty much from the latest details. This week will be a fascinating week to see what's going on. This video went way too long. I'm sorry about that, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll get you out of here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.